This Nike reel took me 6 hours to create. But here is the thing, most of that time wasn't spent on effects. It was spent on making the perfect hook. In this video, I'm going to show exactly how I built the hook frame by frame and most importantly, why it works. So coming over here in After Effects, I've broken hook down into two major scenes. By the way guys, as always, I have provided you all these assets as well as the project file on our Patreon. If you want to follow along, make sure that you download it. So over here at the bottom, we start by adding the Nike showroom background. See, it zooms out like this. Pretty simple, right? I have created all these assets using ChatGPT or Gemini. The zoom out effect that you can see over here is added using the null layer. If you want to add a null object, you need to go to the top in the layer. In new, you can add a null object. So with the null object, if I press on U, you can see the keyframes that we have added. So at the beginning, it was zoomed in like this, and then we simply zoom out till this point. See. Perfect. Next, if you observe, this easing is not linear. Let me play this. See this, it looks pretty smooth, right? So for that, we have selected both the keyframes, pressed on F9 to easy ease. We're selecting the position. If I go to the graph editor, you'll see we have kept the graph something like this. Okay, I hope this is clear. Next, on top of this, we have added the Nike logo. So at the beginning, you can see over here, we have created a nice wipe in animation like this. Okay. So now you might wonder how this was created. So in order to create this, all we have done is created a mask around this layer. So over here, if I remove the mask, see, it will look something like this. This was the final image. This is the same image that we have broken down into multiple layers. So on this layer, let me do Command Z. See, we have created a mask like this. To create the mask, we have to just select the layer, go to the top, select the pen tool and just create a mask wherever you require. Okay. In this case, we have created a mask like this over here. Next, we have to just animate the mask path. If I go to the drop down, you'll see over here, we have animated the mask path. So at the beginning, let me just zoom out a bit. You can see the mask path is over here. So go ahead, see, it reveals itself like this. While it is revealing, we have also ensured that we have added a little feather. Let me show you how it looks without the feather. See, it will look like this. It doesn't really look that nice, right? For that, always ensure that you add a feather of around 20 to 25. Perfect. So clear till this point. Next, let's proceed with the next layer. Over here, we are introducing the Jordans. So as this is happening in 3D space, you'll observe that all these layers are turned 3D from over here. You can see that all of them are turned 3D. And we have also added the camera. So let me show you how it looks. Let's go to this scene. Let's go to view 2. See, at the beginning in our view 2, the camera is over here, while the Jordans are outside the camera. See, like this. Okay. So now as we move ahead, just observe what happens. The camera, it pans out. See, like this. Okay. And when it goes to this point, we can then start seeing the Jordans. See, like this. Okay. I hope this is clear. Let's go back to one view. And finally, on this Air Jordans, we have added a light sweep effect. To add one, you can just go over here in Effects and Presets and you can search for CC Light Sweep. This one is CC Light Sweep. So over here on the CC Light Sweep, if you observe at the beginning, do you see this light sweep that goes from the right to the left? I will show you one more time. See, like this. So that is what we have created by adding the adjustment layer. Just one thing that you need to ensure is that these Air Jordans should be masked. So over here, if you go to a drop down, you'll see that we have created a mask around the Air Jordans. So if I go back, you see this mask? Perfect. Let's proceed. Now in the next scene, we have to completely zoom out and show as if we are coming out of the showroom. So for that, I have added the showroom picture over here. Let me show you the keyframes. See, first of all, we have the opacity. Right now, it's turned at 0. Let me zoom in a bit. See, as we proceed at this point, see, we zoom out like this. Okay. While you're zooming out, in order to add an illusion as if the door is closing, see over here, we have again played around with the mask path. See over here. Okay. Like this. And the zoom out takes place using the null layer too. As you can see, from this point onwards till here, we are simply zooming out like this. Okay. If you want to see the graph editor, it looks something like this. So basically, it's at its peak at this point, and then it smoothly comes to rest till this point. See this one more time. Perfect. Next, when we are zooming out at this point, we also need to add the background, right? We have added that by adding the sky clip. See over here. Let me show you. It zooms out like this. Okay. Perfect. Next, we have to drag this down. So for that, we have again added keyframes in the position over here, as you can see. See, with this, we simply shift this image downwards. See, like this. Okay. With that, the part A and part B of our scene 1 are completed. Next over here, let's see how we have transitioned to part C. Let me turn this on. See. First of all, after this, when this goes down, at this point, we have to add the next image. Correct? So for that, we have added these keyframes for this image. Let me just hide this one for now. See, this is two people who are standing like this. Okay. And for the background, see, we have added a keyframe in the opacity. Where at this point, we don't really see the background, but from here till 4 seconds, the background becomes visible. I hope it's clear. Next, on these people, in order to show the impact, we have added ink splash effect. Let me turn this on. See this. Perfect. So let me show you over here. This is how the effect was by default. See, whenever you download a custom template, it will look something like this. So all we have done in order to merge is change the mode from normal to multiply. Perfect. Now let's proceed for a part D. Again, we have added a sky background. See, like this. Next, on top of that, we are going to add the date. Let me add the date. So you have added the date, which simply animates. It's a simple text animation where you need to add keyframes in the opacity. Next, we are going to drag this up by using a null layer. See, that is what we have added over here, this null. If you see the keyframes, see, after this point, it simply goes up like this. Okay. And then using our nullify, we are going to drag this up. So again, if you see over here, see, from this point onwards till here, it's simply going to go up. See, like this. Okay. Before you do that, in this scene, few things are pending. When you are zooming out like this, we also have to add some elements over here. So those are nothing but this background. Okay. So let me show you how it looks. See, when you're dragging it out, this background which was earlier over here, it simply comes into our composition. Perfect. Next, over here, we also need to add the founder of Nike. So let me do that. See. Okay. And now for the final part of our scene 1, we're going to shift everything towards the left. Okay. So if you see right now, it will look a little weird. The founder vanishes and we have this weird background over here. Okay. But let me show you how we tackle this. So first of all, let me turn these two layers on. Okay. So as you can see over here, we have created a track matte for this founder. Okay. This is track matte to this shape. Okay. And if I zoom out, let me show you what this shape does. After this point, you see this shape over here. All we are doing is we are shifting this shape to the right. Okay. See, like this. And we are ensured that all the layers of this last part should be track matte to the shape layer. As you can see over here, both these layers, we have track matte them to the shape layer. So let's understand what this does. So over here, if I press on no matte, okay, this was this layer. If I go back, see, even at this point, we can see him, right? We don't really want that to happen. We only want him to be revealed once this entire shape layer, it shifts to the left, correct? That's the main reason why we are taking this pick and correcting it to this shape layer. So if I go back again and show you now, see, at this point, we don't really see the founder. And then as we go ahead, see, he gets revealed like this. Okay. And finally, in order to end scene 1, we are going to simply zoom in on this. So for that, as you can see over here in null 7, we have added keyframe where you can see we are just going to impact or change the position. See, like this. Perfect. So our scene 1 is complete. Let's have a quick look from the beginning. Perfect. So with scene 1 taken care of, let's proceed to scene 2. Over here, let me just double click. Okay. So here we start by revealing the background with the ink splash effect. See, we added the effect over here. See, as you proceed, you can see the background like this. Okay. If you remember, last time in scene 1, we had just changed the mode, but this time for both of these layers, we have track matte them to this ink splash effect. Okay, as you can see over here, both of them are track matte to this ink splash effect. Perfect. So now as you proceed, we're going to shift quickly to scene 2. So for that, as you can see over here, we have added the camera as well as a null light. So with this, we're zooming in till this point. And next, before this null ends, we have added this null line. So over here, let me zoom in so you can see it properly. See, before this null ends, we have added keyframes over here in our null line, wherein we have added keyframes not just in the position but also in the rotation. That way, when it rotates, it goes out not just on the left side, but it goes out with a tilt. See this. Okay. And when this happens, we are also going to reveal the next images over here. See, this is the background. This fill working on top of it. So it will look something like this. Okay. Also, one thing that we have ensured that while this is shifting to the left, we are also playing around with the opacity. So over here you can see we have ensured that the opacity goes from 0 to 100 like this. Perfect. After this, again for the next scene, we have proceeded to do the exact same thing. As you can see over here, for null 10, if I press on U, see we have added the keyframes before this keyframes ends. Okay, that's the critical piece over here. Again with that, we are ensuring that this goes out and we zoom in like this. Okay. So now at this point, let me show you the next two layers. See. Perfect. And now for the final scene, we are going to shift everything to the left. So like this. Okay. Let me add the next images one by one. First the background. Okay. So in the background, if I show you, there are multiple layers. These layers are nothing but these different shoes. Okay. So this is the background. Okay, the default one. On that, we have these different aisles of shoes. Okay. And finally, we have fill night standing in the center. So here, all we have done is created a pre-comp of these layers, which you put over here. Perfect. So now if you observe like this, we're only shifting this to the left. At this point, we also added keyframes for the shoes, whereby they shift out. Correct. See like this. Perfect. And finally, we're going to add few shoes over here on the counter. That's it. Perfect. So we have completed our scene 2 as well. So let's have a quick look. So now going back to our main composition. So this was our scene 1, scene 2. And these all the other layers that we are seeing over here are nothing but the sound effects that we have added to take the reel to the next level. Let's have a quick look from the beginning now. So that's it guys for today. I really hope you understood the entire process and you can go back and apply these techniques in your own reels. Thank you for watching the video till the end. I'll catch you very soon next time.